I remember how many of us fought against those things. We fought against them, we voted against them, and of course, we voted against that elimination of that Glass-Steagall Act because we understood very clearly that the elimination of investments by allowing investment banks to work closely together with commercial banks and take issues like mortgages and manipulate the mortgages into subprime mortgages and sell mortgages to people who were not able to afford them, and to continue to manipulate that mortgage system and to include that mortgage system into large investment packages. And those large investment packages, which were weak and really didn't deserve nearly the kind of attention or the funding that they received, were successful largely based upon at least, the fact that they had mortgages within them. And people had the idea that, well, mortgages are secure. Anyone who has a mortgage is going to pay that mortgage off. Hardly anybody misses their mortgage payment. And it was the intentional manipulation of the mortgages in those investments which led to a great extent, the collapse of this economy and the collapse that we're experiencing now, and all of the difficult circumstances we have to deal with. Now, a lot of these things need to be addressed. Some of them have been addressed in the context of legislation that we have passed. The Senate is now struggling with that legislation, trying to pass something similar to it so that we could agree on something that is going to begin to modify this dire situation that we're dealing with. But the fact of the matter is, there is more that we're going to have to do. Not just the situations that are pending right at this moment, even though they are critically important and they need to be dealt with and completed. There are more that needs to be done. And what needs to be done, including other things, is the prevention in the future of the manipulation of mortgages and the other kind of investment manipulation that took place in the context of this molding together of commercial and investment banking. We need honest banking in this country. We have had it for most of the time. And most of the bankers in this country are honest and strong and safe and secure and working in the best interest of the people in their community. But there are exceptions to that. And those exceptions can be deep and dire. And we've seen the results of it in the context of this economic situation that we are dealing with now. It needs to be corrected. And I deeply appreciate you for bringing this subject up in this way and for bringing attention to the issues that you have presented in the context there next to you. So thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be with you in this context, and I sure hope that the opponents of this bill in the Senate are going to get the kind of pressure that they need from sensible places and sensible people, conscientious people, to make sure that they stop blocking it. We need to get these things passed.